Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Old Guy Firewood. I really appreciate you being here. If it's your first time, thanks so much for coming and taking a look at my videos. If you're coming back, if you've already subscribed, I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, whether you're a new viewer or whether you're an old viewer, I'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the little bell icon so that you'll know when I'm publishing a new video so you can come back and watch. But at any rate, it is an absolutely beautiful day here in North Carolina. It's supposed to be in the mid to high 70s here today, early April. The sun's out, but we do have some bad weather coming tonight, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for that. What I'm going to do today, I've got some trees in the wood yard that are dead and need to come down, and I've got some that are weak and have some dead branches in the top. So I want to go around and mark those, put a little tape around them and identify them so we can get them cut down after a little bit. And I may go ahead and cut one oak down that's here, and it's got a decent lean to it in the direction that I want it to go, so I may go ahead and cut that one down. I'll take a little walk around. I'll show you what trees I'm looking at eventually taken down. We'll go ahead and mark them and go from there. This is actually a pretty good size oak here. Get a rough measurement on it. Yeah, that's close to 18 inches in diameter, so we'll get some nice firewood out of that. I want to save this little cedar tree, so I'll probably be dropping it right down through the branches there and just brush that cedar. But I'm going to go ahead and tag this one. It definitely needs to come out. Okay, let's see what else we've got. This big old hickory tree definitely needs to come down too, and I need to go ahead and get that done within the next couple weeks before it leaves out. You get the leaves on there, it puts a lot of extra weight, and this one is not leaning in a good direction. It's really heavy on that right side, and unfortunately that's leaning right towards my shop. So this one, we're going to have to put a rope up in there and we'll pull it over in that direction. But I'm going to go ahead and tag it now. That's one huge old hickory. I can't even get my arms around it. Take a walk around the yard here. There's another hickory tree over here that I've got to get down also, and it's that one right in the center. And it's kind of leaning towards my house, so I'm definitely going to have to put a rope in that one too and pull it back into the woods. The biggest problem I have with this tree, and the reason that I'm cutting it down, is it's pretty rotten and hollow in the base. I'll show you what I mean. That's going to be a little bit tricky because I want to drop it that way, and there's not a whole lot of holding wood on that back side. I'll just have to do kind of a shallow notch. Make sure I've got a good rope on it, got some tension on it, and in a position where I can pull it. And then I think if I cut through here, each side will have enough holding wood until it starts to go, so it should be okay. Clifford, you're having a good old time this morning, aren't you, huh? You having a good time in the leaves, playing? Yeah, if any of you guys have any suggestions on how to control the fall on this one, because there's not a whole lot of holding wood in there, leave a comment, and I would certainly appreciate it. But as I say, my plan is to do a shallow notch on the other side, good angle, but shallow, and then come in through here and leave a couple inches of holding wood on each side, and then hopefully I can give it a pull and it'll go that way. Okay, I've got one more dead oak over here, that one right in the center. That's been dead for a while, and unfortunately it's got to lean over here in this direction right towards my shop. So another one, I'm gonna have to put a bull rope on there and get it to fall back basically directly behind the tree, away from where the camera is now. But let me go ahead and put a tape on that one too. Okay, I think I've got everything marked that I want to cut. All right, as I mentioned before, this oak tree is leaning pretty much to the left, which is right where I want to drop it. I'll drop it over on top of these logs here, on top of that wood pile, and limb it up and buck it up right there. I do want to save this cedar tree if I can. So what I think I'm going to do is notch it right here, brush it right past these cedar branches, right past that cedar tree. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll put it right about in here, which is perfect. Let me go ahead and get the saw out, get it warmed up, and get my chaps on, and go ahead and cut this baby down. Okay, as I mentioned before, this tree has quite a bit of lean in this direction. If it didn't, I'd put a rope on it. And if it had leaves on it, I'd probably put a rope on it, because there's quite a bit of wind coming from this direction. But there's no resistance up there now, so I think it'll go just fine. And I want to brush it right by this cedar tree. I want to try to save that cedar tree if I can. What I'm going to do is notch it here, get my notch, then come around the back side, and when I start making my back cut, I'll get in there a ways and probably put a wedge or two in it, and then we'll go ahead and take it down.
Okay, got a fairly good hinge here, about 1.5 inches. It dropped pretty much right where I wanted it to go. Brushed down on those cedar branches and didn't do any damage to it, so it's on the ground. Job well done. Okay, I'm gonna clean these limbs up and then buck it up a little bit. Yeah, this tree was totally dead. You can see this all the way around the outside here is dead. And there were no leaves on that tree last fall. So good to get it down and good to get it before it's rotted so that I can use it for firewood. I'm gonna go ahead and buck this one last piece up, and I think that'll do it. Look at those, look at the ends of those logs. You can really see the dead wood around there. All right, let me get this last piece. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was cutting, the saw was jerking a little bit. I had filed it just before I started cutting, and I put the rakers down just a little bit too much, and grabbing a little bit too much. Okay, I think that'll about do it for this video. I got that old dead oak tree down. I'm glad I got that down. If it had fallen in the other direction, it definitely would have hit my shop. And it was pretty solid still right now, but over a period of time it would have weakened. And like we say, the prevailing winds are from the north and the west and pushing it right that direction. So got it down, got it bucked up, and ready to be split. So that'll be my next chore. And I'm gonna take a break now and maybe come out a little bit later and split some. But clouds are rolling in. That storm I mentioned earlier is coming this afternoon. We're supposed to get some pretty severe weather later today and into the early evening till about midnight or 1 o'clock. So I think that'll wrap it up for now. As I've said before, if this is your first time here, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please go ahead and push the like button, subscribe, and push the little bell icon so you'll know when I publish another video. And if you're coming back, thanks so much. I appreciate you coming back and watching. Please leave a comment down below if there's anything that you saw that you want to comment about, or any advice you want to give me. I certainly welcome that. But until next time, as I always say as an old guy, the best advice I can give you is to keep moving.